to the breath, connect to our practice, and just let your forehead relax. Allow the shoulders to relax. Begin to deepen your breath. So when we're in this position, we want to focus on the inhalation, drawing in prana, energy, and exhaling out any thoughts that are not serving us right now. Allowing ourselves to come into this space of deep release and relaxation. Remember that yin is about coming into a space to the, you want to play the edge, but not go overboard. Okay, so if you ever experience pain, please come out of the posture. Now we're going to begin to transition slowly into melting heart. So the hips are going to lift up away from the heels. Going to bring your knees back in so they're in line with your hips. And then extend the arms forward. Keep the hips lifted as you melt your chest forward and down toward the earth. So just noticing that difference, subtle difference in where you're feeling the sensation in this posture. So just letting your chest melt down. Extending the arms out straight and keeping the hips high in the air. Again, focusing on your in-breath, breathing in deeply through the nose, exhaling slowly through your nose or your mouth. Good. Keep that breath flowing. from this melting heart position, we're going to lift the head, lift the elbows, and lower the elbows down, coming into Sphinx pose. Let your pelvis relax. Just keep that breath flowing. And remember, you can always bring your elbows slightly forward if this back extension is too much for your lower back. And just notice where you're feeling the sensation. Feel free to close your eyes. Draw your attention inward. Visualize the breath moving in and out of the body. Remember to keep your head and neck in alignment. And we're going to stay here for about another minute. If you would like to intensify this back extension, press into your fingertips and palms, straighten your elbows, but make sure your shoulders don't hike up around your ears. Draw them down. This is the seal pose. And remember, if this is too much, return to the elbows and forearms. And you can gently tilt your gaze upward or your chin. Not too much. You don't want to compress the cervical spine. Deepening the breath. Rooting down through the pelvis. And if you're in the seal position, take a deep breath. Bend your elbows, return to Sphinx. Just notice the difference in how that feels, that back extension. And then let your chin come forward, lengthening the back of the neck. And then lifting the chin, looking forward. We're going to bring the hands right alongside the chest. Press yourself up. A little bit of movement here. Coming up onto your knees once again, feeling that vulnerability in your lower back here for just a moment. And then sitting back in a regular child's pose, so we don't have the knees apart this time. Let the hands, backs of your hands rest alongside your feet and bring your forehead down. Just completely surrender to the mat. So this is the rebound effect coming into this restorative version of child's pose. We had our spine in a deep back bend, a deep extension. So we want to counter that with some flexion. Begin to lift your forehead away from the mat. Extend your right arm forward. Extend your left arm forward. Rise to tabletop. Slide your palms back so your wrists and shoulders are aligned. Take a few cat-cow stretches just to reset. Get everything back to a neutral spine. This feels really good after all those long holds. Just a few times at your own pace. All right, we're going to have a seat, and our next posture is going to be the caterpillar. So both of your legs are going to extend straight out. Okay, now the caterpillar is different from a forward fold because we're not trying to keep the spine long and then extend forward. We're just rounding the back, letting the head and neck relax, and just allow yourself to come down to a comfortable place. Now, if you have a prop such as a block or a folded blanket or a bolster, you can rest your forehead on that prop for support. So whatever you have here at your disposal, you can bring your legs apart, you can bend your knees. Just make sure you're rounding your back rather than trying to reach the feet and keep the spine long. And just let your spine relax. Let your head and neck relax. Begin to lift your forehead away from the earth, slowly sitting back up. Just notice how that feels to sit upright once again. And just sit here for just a moment. All right, we're going to take a half butterfly position. So I'm just going to turn, keeping our right leg out straight. Just bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Now, if you have a folded blanket or something you want to put under your knee for support, you may do so. And we're just going to fold over that right leg. We're not going to stay here very long. We're going to stay here about a minute, and then we're going to do a variation so that we get into our side body a bit more. So if you have a blanket you want to put over your shin to rest your forehead, you may do so. We're going to change the focus here. So take your left hand, bring it behind your head, and we're going to draw the left elbow up as we rotate the rib cage and chest. And just keep drawing that left shoulder and left elbow upward and back. Just supporting your head with your hand. Feeling that sensation in your side body. And just make sure your hand is supporting the head, not pulling on it. Another variation is to just extend the arm over the head with the fingers reaching toward the toes. Your choice. A really nice sensation in the intercostal muscles between your ribs, your oblique muscles, and the side waist. Stretching and opening through the shoulder, through the chest. Stay here for a few more breaths. And then then slowly rotate the head, release the arm and shoulder, rotate back around toward your right thigh, and then slowly rise up. Deep sensations. All right, let's take the left leg out, and we're going to do the same thing, our half butterfly. So bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Make sure your right knee is comfortable. And we're just going to fold over the left thigh, rounding the spine. Just let yourself fold forward. You may notice a difference between your right and left sides, and that is to be expected, as our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical. The sensation may be a totally different experience here. Remember to breathe through the sensation, especially if it gets a little bit intense or you feel like your mind is just going all over the place. Return to the breath. Send the breath into those tight areas or those areas of resistance. And we're going to come into that side stretch. So now bringing your right hand behind your head, rotating the right rib cage, opening to the side. So supporting your head with your hand. And your left hand can come to the inside of the left knee, can stay up on the shin, wherever you're comfortable. So you're getting into your side body here. And just play around with what feels good, what gives you the best sensation in the side body, in this lateral stretch. Stay here for a few more breaths, breathing through the sensation in the side body. Before slowly coming up, very slow, deliberate movement. All right, we're going to lie down now. So bending your knees, we're going to just bring the knees into the chest, release the lower back, hug those knees in. Maybe circle the knees around. Give your back a little massage here. Rotating one way and then the other way. All right, we're going to do our reclining swan, also known as the reclining pigeon. So we will start with the left foot down, left knee bent, right ankle across the top of the left thigh. Right hand moves the knee away from you and lie back, just allowing that right hip to get a beautiful stretch here. Now, you know the option here is to pick up the left foot, reach the right hand between the legs, reach the left hand on the outside of the left thigh, create a bind, and then draw your left knee in as you move your right knee away. So come into a position that feels comfortable, knowing that you can always move back into another position. And if you want to straighten your leg, that is also available. The left leg. you have your legs straight, go ahead and bend your knee. Go ahead and place the left foot back on the mat. Bring your right leg, stretch it up to the sky. Maybe move the foot around a bit from the ankle. And then draw your right knee in, draw your left knee in. Give yourself a hug once again. Maybe rock a little bit before we go to the other side. All right, now we have that right knee bent. The left leg is going to extend up, flexing the foot, cross the ankle over the top